Okay, so let's talk about pain. But more specifically, let's talk about, as practitioners, how are we going to address pain and how deep do we have to go to really get to the root cause of it? Now, pain science is this huge concept and field within physical therapy and within medicine right now, but it's also highly complex as a concept and in practice. So let's see if I can kind of distill this down and have it make any kind of sense. So if we take any body part, so I'm literally going to just sit here, I'm going to say, let's take my shoulder. So we could have some issues within the actual biomechanical components of the shoulder. Sure, that's our basic orthopedic issues, right? But there's a lot of things that are feeding this shoulder. I got muscles around it, I got nerves that are going to and from it, but then even if we go deeper than that, I have my spinal cord, I have my brain, and ultimately my brain is the central processing center of any of the signals that are coming out of my shoulder area and might even be telling me that I have pain somewhere. So the way that I will kind of describe this is think about like a light switch and a light bulb. So if I go like, oh man, my shoulder really hurts. Like, well, maybe that's the light bulb. Maybe the light bulb's just not working. Maybe we gotta just swap out the bulb. I'm not saying joint replacement, that's not what I'm trying to talk about. But that would be like, I wanna address this. Like, great, I'm gonna address the light bulb. That's what this shoulder would be in this example. You address that, gosh, light's still not turning on. What's going on? Okay, well, great. Let's go a little deeper. Why don't we address the nerves? And we're gonna backtrack that. So now I'm gonna address the wiring that's in the wall or within the building, right? And maybe I'm gonna work on the wires, those nerves, and see if I can turn those down and have an effect there more centrally that will address, that leads to and feeds my shoulder. Gosh, I'm still not getting what I want out of that. Well, maybe we need to go deeper. Maybe we need to kind of go into the spinal cord. And that's going to be more like our light switch. So that is going to kind of control that on and off of, is there pain, is the signal going to get through or not? And so the more central we go, especially even up into the brain, that is like our central breaker. Like that is like, hey, the whole building, there's something wrong, like the power's coming into the building, but there's something that's affecting that signal that's really at like the base of everything. So when we are working with the NewFit Newbie and we are trying to do some frequency-specific microcurrent to address this, again, we can address the tissues in the shoulder, we can address the nerves, we can address the spinal cord, we can even address some of the pain processing centers in the brain. And I think that that's what's so interesting about what it is that we're trying to do here in physical therapy, specifically at DeWitt Physical Therapy, and trying to be more holistic in addressing people's pain complaints. Again, pain sometimes is as simple as, yes, I have an injury, a very specific injury, that tissue hurt, it's now healing and my pain goes away. Or it can be, I've had stuff for years and years and years, and this is all kind of compounded. I notice it's worse with stress. And now we have a lot of more central stressors that are amplifying our pain. And we've done a lot of videos on pain amplification in the past. So when we really have to start digging back there, we can do a lot of it through the biopsychosocial model, really talking to our patients, educating our patients about how pain works, how their brain is the central processing unit, and all that stuff. We can also couple that with something like the NewFit Newbie and see if we can tap into different areas of the body, even different areas of the brain, and just see if we can turn some of that stuff down a little bit so that the body perceives less of a threat. And that is our whole goal for this. Again, how deep do we have to go? Sometimes, boom, I can go right to the shoulder of that light bulb. Sometimes I gotta go all the way to the breaker or upstairs. So just something to think about as we start peeling away layers as we're working on you or trying to address your complaints and try to get you back to doing everything you wanna do, feeling the way you wanna feel, and addressing life that way.